What's up, everybody? My name is Matt Corman, and this is Behind the Lyrics on Issues and Problems. I got some issues and problems, I think I should let you know. I let somebody come break my heart, and I know that it shows. I'm pouring whiskey in bottles at 1 p.m. in my house. I thought of taking my life last week, but I figured it out. Yeah, so this song is pretty simple because a lot of writers say that I write in story format, which basically means that from start to finish you can follow along, and it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm saying how I got some issues and problems. I think I should let you know. It derives from somebody breaking my heart, and when somebody has their heart broken, a lot of the times it shows. You can see that they've had their heart broken in the past by the way that they act in conversation and just socializing with new people. I'm pouring whiskey in bottles at 1 p.m. in my house. Being an artist, a lot of the times we're alone, just write music, and I'll speak from my experience. There's been times where it gets a little bored. I get bored and I get lonely, and so sometimes you end up pouring a glass of whiskey, just having one, and then one glass can turn to too many, and people have said that in the past that if you're having too much to drink, it's not a good thing, especially if you're lonely and if you're going through it and you're down in the dumps. It's not a good thing to be drinking all the time. I thought of taking my life last week, but I figured it out. That's a little bit of a dark line right there. It's definitely a little bit of a shock value line, and but what I want to get across there is that people go through dark days, and sometimes you don't know who's going through it or not. But at the end of it, I say but I figured it out. I just want to point that out there, because if you are going through it right now and then you're thinking about taking life, or you're having suicidal thoughts, that you're gonna figure it out eventually. You just got to keep on going and keep pushing, and then eventually, hopefully, something will click with you, because I believe that every problem has a solution. And so that's why I say I figured it out, because I figured out the problem, so I didn't have to do that, or I didn't want to take my life at all anymore. Yeah. I'd also like to say that a lot of my songs, I write from personal experiences, and I also take them from just different experiences of life. So I'm just song right out here. I'm perfectly fine. I'm happy. I'm healthy, and I'm blessed to be where I am today. I don't feel depressed, and I feel good right now. So. Let's go. I messed up, told you I love you before I knew who you were. I got so nervous right after I spilled whiskey on your shirt. Basically, I'm saying in my past I definitely had a little issue when I would kind of been on my fuckboy shit. You know what I'm saying? But telling people that telling girls that you love them when you don't actually love them, it's just not a cool thing to do, and that's just what I'm basically deriving that from right there. I got so nervous after I spilled whiskey on your shirt, basically saying when we were chatting and talking, I just got a little nervous after I spilled a drink on you. I didn't know if you were gonna like me anymore. Sometimes I drive while I'm drinking, and I just wait for your call. I tell myself that I love you, but I don't want you at all. Interesting dynamic there. So I'm saying that I drive while I'm drinking, which is interesting. A lot of people say that they're drinking while driving. I just wanted to basically say that I'm drinking so much that, so basically in life, driving is the norm for people, right? But what I just did was I just flipped the script and just made that drinking was the norm for the character that I'm writing about, and that I decided to drive while I was drinking. Just a little play and switch up there. I tell myself that I love you, but I don't want you at all. It's a little interesting because, tell me if you can relate to this. Have you ever had feelings for somebody, or just been in love with the idea of somebody, but then when you're actually with them and you're working together, you're talking and you're hanging out, but it's not actually who you're supposed to be with? Maybe at that point in time in life, right then and there, you're not supposed to be with them, but you do love the idea of them. Love is weird, man, and that's just basically what it is. It's a lot of people can miss people. You can miss your ex, you can miss a family member or a person. You say that you love them, but you don't actually want to be with them. Or you can wish well for them too, you generally care about them, but you don't want to be with them, Chorus repeats itself back again. I got some issues and problems, I think I should let you know. I let somebody come break my heart, and I know that it shows. I'm pouring whiskey in bottles at 1 p.m. in my house. I thought of taking my life last week, but I figured it out. I spent last night in a coma, I drink myself till I'm dead. I fell asleep in the Uber on my way home to my bed. I'm throwing up in the bathroom, my hand is shaking on the seat. I feel the porcelain freezing, it feels so good on my feet. Just a creative way of saying I got really fucked up at the bar. I'm now coming home while I'm in the Uber. I fell asleep, and that's what me saying that I'm in a coma. I spent last night in a coma because I wasn't alive the whole night, because I ended up throwing up in the bathroom and things were just so delusional. I'm basically painting a picture of this crazy time where I was just everything's so distorted. And have you ever been so fucked up, distorted, and you're throwing up in the bathroom and your senses kicking in, and like you feel like the coldness of the toilet seat and the floor. That's what I'm describing there, saying the porcelain feels so good on my feet. Like I feel the seat and it's very cold. And then right after that, I go from dying to saying that I feel alive. I feel alive. I feel alive. I think about you and that's all the time. I know I may seem like a mess. I'm fine. I'll let you break my fucking heart. I'll be alright. I used to deal with this form of anxiety called derealization, and you can Google it, check it out. It's pretty crazy. Basically, you feel like nothing's real, and it's pretty fucked up. But I'm just basically painting a picture of how, like, when you have anxiety, like a tactic is like a lot of people are talking to themselves. Like, have you ever been throwing up and having a huge anxiety attack, or just really sick, but you had to talk to yourself and you were like, yo, I'm good. Like, you're really drunk at a party, and then like you go over to the mirror and you're like, damn, you're fucked up right now. Be like, I'm good, bro. You're good. You got this. That's exactly what I'm doing right there. It's like I'm just so fucked up and I'm just dead, but I have to remind myself like I'm alive. Like I feel alive. And then while I'm having the conversation, it also occurs to me that like I'm thinking about this person. I think about them all the time. I know I may seem like a mess, but I'm fine. I'll be good. I'll let you break my heart, but I'll be alright. Basically saying I'm gonna get through whatever shitty time is going on right now, and I know there's light at the end of the tunnel. Then it repeats itself again. I got some issues and problems, I think I should let you know. I let somebody come break my heart, and I know that it shows. I'm pouring whiskey in bottles at 1 p.m. in my house. I thought of taking my life last week, but I figured it out. I'm fine, I just need some time on my ass. I'm fine, I know that'll work itself out. This whole bridge segment, I'm basically just talking to myself, just telling myself that I'll be okay, everything will be fine. Yeah. I feel so lonely, I'm drinking and writing songs in my home. What I talked about earlier, how sometimes, you know, I feel so lonely and I'm drinking and writing songs in my home. I think I might be a burden, so I don't pick up my phone. A lot of people feel that way, you know, they feel like they're burdening people, so they don't pick up the phone and try to text them or anything. Stupid text people, you know. My best friend tell me I'm famous and he believes in me, yeah. A lot of my friends, like, are really supportive, and, like, I have a lot of, like, you know, they tell me that, like, you know, you're great, you know, you're famous, like, you're gonna be this big thing, and so I'm just kind of depicting that there. My fans, I'll say I'm the greatest, but I don't see me as that. When you're becoming a rapper and you're like coming up, and then you start gaining a little bit of a fan base, you'll see that your fans will start like telling you like that you're like great or you're amazing. You save their life, and they tell you all these crazy things, and it's like a weird dynamic by transitioning into that, because when you're a person who's just like, I mean, like I'm an average dude, I like show myself like, you know, for who I actually am, and like there's not really that much of a facade going on, or any at all. And so when people are like, oh, you're this great thing, or like they say you're the greatest, it's hard to like look in the mirror and like absorb that and be that person, because you just look at yourself and you're like this normal person. That's what I mean by saying like, my fans, I'll say I'm the greatest, but I don't see me as that. And then the chorus repeats back again. I got some issues and problems, I think I should let you know. I let somebody come break my heart, and I know that it shows. I'm pouring whiskey in bottles at 1 p.m. in my house. I thought of taking my life last week, but I figured it out. And that's the song. Annotated lyrics, behind the lyrics, Issues and Problems by Matt Corman. Thanks much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Leave a comment below if you guys want me to do more annotated lyrics in my songs, and maybe I will. With what you say is what I kind of work off of. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, turn the notifications on. I'm dropping a hella content all the time. I love you guys, MIH fam. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Shout out to my, 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 shout out to my.